With Sean Mackinnon, member of the NextGen squad that's going to be heading over to Europe later today, part of Canada's new track endurance project. Sean, you obviously already have some track results. You were part of the team pursuit team that took the national title and also took a bronze medal, the Omnium at the Nationals. But I think this may be for you probably your biggest road project. So what are you hoping to get out of this?
Yeah, it's definitely sort of my biggest block over in Europe. And this year I'm sort of hoping for some results that'll get me on the map a little more. So hoping for some podiums and hopefully a win in either a local Belgium Kermesse or maybe a UCI race. So yeah, sort of big goals. I want to go over there with sort of like really focused and ready to go, and I'm really looking forward to it.
So what made you make the decision to commit to this NextGen program? Because it is a fairly big multi-year commitment, but what made you decide to do that?
Talking with Ian Melvin and Luke Arsenault, it sort of sounds like the best opportunity ever. This is super similar to what the Brits are doing and what the Aussies have, and so sort of having them explain to me what that program's all about and trying to sort of make the Canadian version of those groups sort of made me really interested, and so I'm very excited. I think it'll be really good.
Now, I mean, as I mentioned at the beginning, you have some track results, but you're doing a lot of road racing in Europe now where it's very intense. You expecting a fairly big learning curve there?
I spent sort of 3.5 or 4 months last year over in Belgium racing with the national team in the spring, and then I went over and raced for an amateur team out of Belgium all summer. So it shouldn't be too much of a learning curve. I'm hoping that this year my learning was done last year, and this year I can really focus on sort of trying to be at the front of the races at the end and actually going for the last kilometers instead of being sort of at the back of the peloton or whatever.
So what will make this trip a success for you? What will make it when you come back, you will say that was really worth it? I really got something out of that.
I think that even before I'm leaving, that I'll come home no matter how the results go, feeling that way, that it was super worthwhile going, because it's just going to be such a great experience, and we have a great group of guys who are all really committed and excited to being a part of this program. So I think just as long as everyone is happy and racing well, I think that'll be a success for me.
And long term, I mean, obviously, as you said, you have some experience on the road. You also have some success on the track. Do you see yourself more as a road racer who does some track, or a track racer who does some road, or where do you see yourself?
I think a little bit of both. I don't really think that I'm either. I sort of enjoy doing both just as much as with how much track work that I did sort of from September till February. I'm really excited to have a little break from that and get on the road, and then hopefully I'll be sort of ready to get back on the track in June for hopefully getting ready for Pan Am. So I think it's a good balance. I do a bit of both and sort of switch it up so it neither get boring.
Well, congratulations on being selected, and good luck over there.
Thank you.
We're here talking with Edward Walsh from Nova Scotia, who is one of the members of the new NextGen Track Endurance program that's heading off to Europe later today. Edward, can you give us a little bit of what's your background in cycling that brought you to this point?
Yeah, so I started out cycling at a pretty young age, and then I've just been making a pretty steady, slow progression as I started competing. Probably started about 2 years ago. I did my first big race in the States, and from that point on, I just loved racing. Haven't been able to stop, and last year I had a pretty good season where I was the junior national champion. So that was...
This was on the road?
Yes, this is all on the road. I'm much more of a road rider. I've had a few experiences at the track, but the road is still my main focus among my group of peers, which is we have a mixture of track and road-oriented riders.
So what made you come to this program, which obviously has a large track component to it?
Yeah, so my coach Luke, who's running the program, he invited me to come along as being a road component of the project to kind of complement the track riders when we're doing road races throughout wherever we go, Europe, US, Canada, anywhere.
So long-term goals for you? I mean, you've obviously got a little bit of time on the track now, but do you still see yourself long-term mainly staying with the road?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'd really like to get into a bit more track riding. I think it's very interesting. I like the effort. I like everything about it really, but the road is definitely my main focus and where my passion is, I think.
So what will make this trip a success, both for you personally and for the team?
Well, for the team, it's all about results, bonding together. It's gonna be should be a long program with this group of guys getting together over the next few years. So this first trip is gonna be about really just making strong connections with each other, learning to trust each other, learning how we all react in race situations. So it's gonna be a lot to experience. But long term, hopefully I'll be making my progressions to a continental, pro continental, world tour level, and hopefully onto the Olympics one day.
Great. Well, thanks very much, and good luck on this trip.
Thank you very much.